I got some dirty shit to pick up at the dry clean. I got a tidy bitch to pick up, I got less Celine.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Warrior Road to Mastery. Um, I'd like to begin with thanking anyone who left a positive comment or left some feedback on the first video. That means a lot, and I'll be working to improve as time goes by. Um, and yeah, so as you guys can see from my gear here, I made some decent gains. I'm at 266, 262. I leveled at Mirrormark using the XP scrolls of 530, which was super helpful because I really don't like Mirrormark grinding. I don't like groove grinding in general. So I got to 62. I got the Capotiate earring, and I grinded some money at Histria, and I was able to purchase a second Tech Crescent ring. And yeah, the AP gain is really nice. I can definitely feel it in PvP. It's a big AP bracket jump from 261, and I'll be aiming to save money to buy a Vel's Heart to hit the 269 bracket, which will be super nice. All right. Now moving along to some PvP advice and some PvP things that I've been working on since the last video. I'm going to be following up on some of the things that I gave on the first episode. Um, so I want to begin with a movement move that I did not cover last time that I started messing around with recently. Um, so this is unprotected, and I will be talking a lot about being unprotected and protected during this part of the video, and that's because I've been working on this lately a lot. As I started reviewing my footage for the PvP, I started noticing where I was getting caught a lot of the times, and that's because I didn't pay enough attention to being safe and focusing on the protected movements and using the right moves at the right time. So I'll be talking a little bit about that, but let's talk about an extra movement ability that I haven't yet covered. And as you guys know, this is all stuff that I'm learning as I go. So this I just figured out recently, and it's more of specific timing kind of move. So it is counter into whirlwind slash. As you guys can see, if you use shield charge before using counter, it speeds up the animation. So like that. And without, it looks like this. With shield charge, like that. So yeah, that's a nice, well, unprotected, but it can definitely have its uses. Um, so you know, the more mobility moves that you can perfect and put in your muscle memory, the more powerful you become because really warrior mobility is insane. We got a lot of options. Yeah, a lot of them are unprotected, but if you be smart and use them at the right time, it's really powerful. So, I want to add one more thing. I started messing around with this too, and it's sideways cut, I think it's called. Yeah. So you could use this as well. Like if someone is you grabbed someone, you could maybe try going behind them using this, and then as they get up, you can get back attacks, or use it with the shield charge, like the same way we talked about last time using solar flare and head chase. Maybe you could use this with shield charge. It's unprotected though as well, so you gotta be careful when you use it. Now I want to talk about being unprotected. Um, as I said, as I was watching some of my fights that I have been having, I started noticing where a lot of the times I'd get caught. Um, so I want to talk about some skills that are unprotected, or some skills that can that have nice protections with them. So I want to begin by talking about head chase. Believe it or not, I did not know this. All right. So a head chase Heachase is an iframe, but it's only an iframe on off when it's on cooldown. So when it's off, when you use it once, you have to wait 2 seconds until the cooldown resets so that you can get the iframe again. So you can't be like spamming this going like that. You'll get caught easily, and I've gotten caught so many times because I actually did not realize that it's not an iframe when it's off cooldown. So I put it in my UI, and now I'm wary about it, and I only use it when it's off cooldown, so that I'm always protected when I'm using it with the iframe. However, I've seen some people do tests on Heachase, and if you play versus someone who's experienced fighting a warrior, you can actually get caught on the iframe of Heachase when it's on cooldown. You could get caught in the beginning of the animation. So if someone starts noticing your patterns when you use Heachase, in the beginning of the animation and at the end, you could actually get caught. So it's only in between where you're invincible. So it's very timing specific, but I believe me, I've played against people who are so experienced playing versus warrior that they actually catch me while I'm in my iframe, but it's because they perfected the timing. So you gotta be careful in that sense. Also, you could get CC'd off of slashing. The last bit of animation is unprotected, so be careful when you use slashing. If you're just trying to rotate super armor, be wary and keep in mind that you could actually get CC'd at the end, at the last hit. A lot of people know this as well. Any experienced player would that has experience playing versus warrior would probably catch you off of it. Also, if you're playing against a grab class, like I get grabbed on this all the time, so you gotta be smart when you use this ability. So I talked about combining Heachase with Solar Flare and Balanced Strike. So Balanced Strike, it's always unprotected. So that's that. You gotta be also careful when you use it. However, Solar Flare and Heachase, we know that Heachase has an iframe in it. So you could actually linger the iframe on Heachase into the Solar Flare when you combine it to engage. So when you engage with Heachase into Solar Flare, the iframe lingers, so it's actually safe to an extent. Iframes are sometimes a little weird, and you get CC'd off of it, but most of the time, this is an iframe, and it lingers. So Heachase iframe lingers into Solar Flare. So that's really nice to know. Also, as we talked about in the first episode about the DP stacking and using Scars of Dusk, um, the last bit animation of Scars of Dusk is also unsafe. So if you see if you see a lot of warriors, they always cancel the last. So they get the buff because you get the buff regardless of the animation. So make sure that you always cancel it into something else because you could easily get CC'd if you keep the last animation on. And another thing that I don't really see, I rarely see warriors do this, and I think this is extremely important. I think it's very useful because, and it has to do with charging thrusts. Um, Charging thrusts is like extremely linear, and let's say if you get trying to gap close to someone, sometimes this thing happens and you can't cancel it. Um, Also, it's predictable where you're gonna go. Even though you're gonna change direction, you could do that, but it's still pretty predictable to people. So I think that using mouse movement with charging thrust is very important, and then that makes it so that you could start rotating. Sometimes you don't use mouse movement, and sometimes you bait people by using the mouse movement on charging thrust, so that it's a lot less unpredictable. So it looks like this. It needs a little bit of getting used to. I'm still like that. I'm still trying to get used to using this during battle. Um, I mess up a lot of the times and forget to close the control. So, but yeah, like you could, as you get better at this, you could perfect the movement, and you could be very precise into where you want to go with the ability, and that just makes it all the way more powerful. Like that. So yeah, that's I mean, a lot of the other mouse movements on warrior, I don't really see the complete use of them. They're not really that significant, even if you don't use mouse movement on them. But I think charging thrust definitely. I More warriors need to use this so that they have more precise movement with charging thrust. So I've been working on that a lot more. And lastly, I want to talk a little bit about warrior combos. So I think it is very common, let's say, for anyone who's beginning to learn a new class to, start looking for combos and learning a combo, a specific combo or a couple of combos that they can always go to use. But I think personally, from the time I've been playing warrior, I think that you should always freestyle abilities on warrior. You shouldn't have one specific or a couple specific combos that you go to. And my reasoning for that is because I find that I miss out on a lot of damage sometimes because the combos that I started going to are all related to grab. So if I float someone, I grab. If someone's stiffened, I grab and then start my combo. And that's when you're dueling someone or PvPing, you're not a lot of the times you're just going to go to your muscle memory. The things that you're used to is what you're going to be using. So what I've been trying to do is step back from that and try to freestyle as much as possible, keeping in mind the 2cc limit. Um, I think air attacks are not counted as a CC limit, and then you got the down smash that extends your CC. But other than that, you have two CCs that you can do, and to have your full combo. So let's say if you float someone, like what I do because I'm used to the grabs, I just grab and then do my combo, and that's not efficient. So what I think, and that's my advice for anyone who's learning warrior, is to not think of a specific combo. Other other than that, like you should think of it as what ability to use in what situation. And in that sense, you'll have as you go and practice, it'll become better, so that you can make full use of the two CCs and always have them. So yeah, just freestyle. Start messing around with abilities. So yeah, that's what I want to say. Yeah, it's good to begin with learning a couple of combos to see the power of some of the things and test the full damage. But most of the time, you should get into the battle arena and just mess around with freestyling abilities. Not completely random, but uh, not going into one specific thing. Maybe think about it more in the CC categories rather than following a sequence, if that makes sense. And one more thing I want to talk about real quick is using counter or overwhelm. So counter does deal more damage upon the hit than overwhelm. However, when you use overwhelm, you get more down attack damage. I like using over. Don't even have counter all the way on the skill tree because I don't really use it at all. I see its use sometimes, but overwhelm has a down attack but damage, which is 10% down attack damage, which I think is extremely useful and probably more damage if you're using multiple down attack abilities. However, if you think you're going to be bursting someone and maybe using less down attack abilities or they're like half health and you want to burst as much as possible, then you use counter. So it's again a tactical thing to think about. That'll be it for the PvP tricks and skills that I've been working on lately. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Please leave a like, or if you have any suggestions, things that you want to see in the future, leave them down in the comments, and subscribe if you want to see more, and enjoy the PvP.
No time for fake friends. Too many people be calling my phone, but I never be picking it up. Got everyone that I need in my circle, I never be going and switching it up. Rocking with the people who been following me when I never thought it would've happened, and I never got love. Now they wanna piggyback on everything I got. I never knew them from the bottom, but now I've had enough. Please stay away, find a new hobby, cause you've been too close to my personal space. Don't make me call out your names, but I'll go there and you gonna make me put you in your place. I'm trying to put my whole crew in a wraith. Came a long way from that minimum wage. Funny how money be bringing out people who never remember the time that they paid. Count it up on my two hands. If you wanna talk, I need two bands. I don't play around with no loose ends, and I never wanted no new friends. I keep it real, you can ask the fans. Don't get involved if you're not my fan, but if you were willing to sacrifice when I roll the dice, then I'm counting you in. Same ones, day ones, no time for fake ones. Got me, I got you. All dreams, they come true. Stay down till the end. Need me, I need them. Whole team gon' make M's. No time for fake friends. Ain't about money, it's about being loyal. Cause when I had nothing, they stayed on my soil. The grass might be greener on the other side, but not for the ones who left me out to dry. I can forget, but I never forget. Money is power, but care about respect. If you've been focused on credit or debit, then I'ma pay you a reality check. Some of the richest be feeling depressed. Material shit don't compare to the rest. I move around with my real ones, making memories worth millions. Goddamn, part of the plan. Do what I do and I do it for them. 7 a.m. and I'm going to bed. I can't let the competition get ahead. I've been going like I never gotta run, I wanna stop it. I've been thinking about the people who be talking about they love it, and I know I gotta keep on winning. Never gonna give into the negative energy, cause I gotta go and get a foot up. Same ones, day ones, no time for fake ones. Got me, I got you. All dreams, they come true. Stay down till the end. Need me, I need them. Whole team gon' make M's. No time for fake friends. Rockin' with the people who been following me when I never thought it would've happened, and I never got love. Now they wanna piggyback on everything I got. I never knew them from the bottom, but now I've had enough. Please stay away, find a new hobby, cause you've been too close to my personal space. Don't make me call out your names, but I'll go there and you gonna make me put you in your place. I'm trying to put my whole crew in a wraith. Came a long way from that minimum wage. Funny how money be bringing out people who never remember the time that they paid. Ain't about money, it's about being loyal. Cause when I had nothing, they stayed on my soil. The grass might be greener on the other side, but not for the ones who left me out to dry. I can forget, but I never forget. Money is power, but care about respect. If you've been focused on credit or debit, then I'ma pay you a reality check. Some of the richest be feeling depressed. Material shit don't compare to the rest. I move around with my real ones, making memories worth millions. Goddamn, part of the plan. Do what I do and I do it for them. 7 a.m. and I'm going to bed. I can't let the competition get ahead. I've been going like I never gotta run, I wanna stop it. I've been thinking about the people who be talking about they love it, and I know I gotta keep on winning. Never gonna give into the negative energy, cause I gotta go and get a foot up. Same ones, day ones, no time for fake ones. Got me, I got you. All dreams, they come true. Stay down till the end. Need me, I need them. Whole team gon' make M's. No time for